Breaking news now. Putin comes back from Beijing with nothing. Putin's trip to Beijing was a propaganda blitz with no economic results. This week marked Russian President Vladimir Putin's first trip abroad since March, when an arrest warrant was issued for him by the International Criminal Court. Putin was in Beijing for the Belt and Road Summit, a highly publicized event. No major economic agreements were signed, despite the fact that there was a lot of congratulatory talk about the Sino-Russian partnership. In particular, Putin failed to reach an agreement with Chinese Premier Xi Jinping on the construction of the long-awaited Power of Siberia 2 gas pipeline, which would export Russian natural gas from the Yamal Peninsula in western Siberia to China. After Putin and Xi met in Moscow 6 months ago, the Russian leader claimed that, practically all the parameters, of the project had been agreed upon and that the only thing left to do was sign the contracts. At the time, this seemed like wishful thinking, and it ultimately turned out to be just that. Although finalizing such an agreement would be politically and propaganda-wise beneficial, it was not discussed in Beijing this week. Price mechanisms, supply volumes, and take-or-pay, mandatory purchase thresholds are apparently still points of contention between the parties. Even the first Power of Siberia pipeline, which was launched in 2014 and negotiated when Russia was in a far stronger geopolitical position, has not been a hugely profitable project for Moscow, according to energy expert Sergei Vikolenko, a non-resident scholar at the Carnegie Russia-Eurasia Center. This pipeline's terms were less advantageous than those for Russia's gas exports to Europe or even those offered by Central Asian gas suppliers to China. Russia has always been secretive about the specifics of that agreement. Russia required Power of Siberia 1 as a political project, but now that it can't export Yamal gas to Europe, China is the only market for the resource. Additionally, new LPG has recently become available. As a result, Moscow's negotiating position has been weakened. China, now in a stronger position, reportedly wants a steep discount. A deal is highly unlikely to be signed soon, despite the political importance it would have for Russia. China does not need to rush into a gas deal right now. No one else will be purchasing Russian gas without our knowledge. Also, according to what Vikolenko told the Bell, gas from Yamal can go to China in almost full volumes as soon as the pipeline is ready. This is because Russia won't need extra time to finish developing the field. Until new volumes of LPG from Qatar and the US enter the market, we can expect global prices to fall, so China would be wise to wait a few years before settling on a price. In such a situation, it is preferable to attempt a price bargain. Russia's ability to earn around $20 billion per year from gas exports to Europe will not be replaced even if a new pipeline to China is eventually brought online. After the full-scale invasion of Ukraine, European revenues plummeted, and no amount of new gas supplies to China could make up the difference. Pipeline gas exports from Russia to Europe and Turkey totaled 165 billion cubic meters in 2019. Power of Siberia 2 has the potential to produce 50 billion cubic meters of gas per year, at significantly reduced prices compared to European contracts. Why it matters to the whole world. Russia's increasing reliance on China is dramatized in the Power of Siberia 2 series. Beijing has the economic trump cards, despite Moscow and Beijing's attempts to portray their relationship as a partnership of equals.